So we back with episode 2. This is about Lloyd Bryson being shot in Port Richmond section of Staten Island. Let's get into it. A black teenager was shot by another black youth and two white brothers were beaten early yesterday in a clash in Port Richmond on Staten Island that the police are investigating as a racial incident. The teenager, Lloyd Bryson, 17 years old, was shot once in the side by one of 20 black youths who were beating the two whites, Daniel Marsick, 20, and Dean Marsick, 17, according to a police department spokesman, Officer Hugh Berry. The police said the shot that hit Mr. Bryson was fired by a 14-year-old black youth, Norbert Jamel Grigger, who lives in the Edwin Markham housing project at 30 Wayne Place, in the West New Brighton section of Staten Island, about 12 blocks east of the site of the shooting. He was arrested shortly before 1 a.m. at the 120th precinct, where youths involved in the incident were being questioned, the police said. Charged with assault, Mr. Grigger was charged as an adult juvenile offender with assault in the first degree and criminal possession of a deadly weapon. A second black youth was arrested shortly before 2 a.m. today and charged with assaulting the two Marsick brothers and with aggravated harassment. The suspect was identified as Michael Boone, 16, of 68 Wayne Terrace in West New Brighton. The police said that no weapon had been recovered, but that Mr. Grigger had fired 3 shots in the direction of the two white brothers during the fight. One of those shots hit Bryson, Sergeant Raymond O'Donnell, a police spokesman, said. He said the investigation was continuing and the police were seeking a second black youth who witnesses said fired 3 or 4 shots into the air during the incident. None of the shots were thought to have hit anyone, he said. There's no reason for it. Both Mr. Grigger and the second youth who was seen firing a gun were members of the group assaulting the two white brothers, the police said. Mr. Bryson was in satisfactory condition at St. Vincent's Medical Center after abdominal surgery, the hospital said. The Marsicks were treated at Staten Island Hospital and released. Dean Marsick had a broken nose and Daniel a bruised eye, said their father, Daniel G. Marsick. Why does it have to happen to anyone, white or black? Mr. Marsick said. There's no reason for it. Mr. Bryson's family refused to speak about the incident. Second possible bias incident. According to the police and the Marsick brothers' father, the brothers had left their grandmother's home and were nearing their own at about 2:20 a.m. when they encountered the group of blacks, who began calling them hippie white boys. When the brothers reached the corner of Jewett and Castleton Avenues in the racially mixed working-class neighborhood, the blacks attacked them, the police said. This is the second recent crime on Staten Island being investigated as a racial incident. On October 7, Derek Antonio Tyrus, 17, a black, was killed when he was struck by a car after an encounter between whites and blacks. We will get to that story at another time. The police are treating the beating and shooting as a bias incident because the use of racially charged language preceded the initial attack. That's it for now. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to